Hi, Carl Ford, talking to you about Super Wi-Fi again, happening October 3 to 5 in Austin, Texas. I'm joined with Steve Coran and our pal Barlow Keener. Barlow's been our guy managing, getting all that content going, and Steve's gratefully helping us as well. And we're getting to the point now where we're not talking theory anymore. You know, you guys set up the stage this first track with talking about the FCC and the rules changing. But we're past the point where this is theory now, right? You want to talk about the market trial session that comes after that?
Yeah. By the way, I'm with Keener Law Group, and Steve is with Coran. We both practice in the telecom wireless space. So this is, again, our third conference, and we basically draw everyone who's in white spaces together, which has been a great opportunity for folks to meet and in a neutral session, or maybe they're competitors or partners, and spend some time together and just really look at white spaces. So we've got two panels that are going to be held on Wednesday afternoon. The first one is from technical trials to marketing trials. What's the next step? And we've got Darren Milet from Adaptrum, who comes to these, and Paul Garnett from Microsoft, who's been a very big supporter of white spaces. Microsoft has been and continues to be driving the industry, along with Google. Robert Wu from Six Harmonics, an equipment vendor, and Rob Deere from Spectrum Bridge. Spectrum Bridge is a database provider. And so we're really going to talk about the Cambridge trials and just some results that have happened to trials and sort of what is next, meaning we're moving from right now from trials into the real world of having multiple radios out there. This fall, we're going to see some very big projects roll out in terms of hundreds of radios. So it'll be very exciting. By the time the conference starts, deployment of these radios will be taking place. It's the first big rollout of devices. And then we're going to have another one, which is just sizing the market. This is more about how much is white spaces worth in terms of equipment vendor sales, and also for the database providers like Telcordia. So there we've got Mark Lowenstein from Mobile Ecosystems, who's an analyst. He was formerly vice president at Verizon, and he founded the Yankee Mobile Group. So that's going to be interesting. He knows his stuff. Armand Musi from the Summit Ridge Group, Luke Darcy from Newell, and Paul Garnett from Microsoft, just talking about how big this market is. So we're headed towards, sort of putting our hands around sizing the white spaces market. Is it 50 billion, 20 billion? Exactly where will it be? And then one more panel will be standards update. Every session, every conference, we have a standards update where we talk about PAWS. Rich Shockey will be heading it, and John Malyar from Telcordia, Peter Stanford from from Spectrum Bridge, and Arpuva Modi from BEAS. So we're looking forward to these folks are moving right along with what they call PAWS, which is a white space standards group, and getting the standards is very important. So we end up with a Wi-Fi like product for this unlicensed white spaces spectrum.
Cool, great. Let me ask you guys something. I know the answer to this, but I'll get Steve to be the one who speaks to it, and we're actually setting precedent here, aren't we? It's TV white space is a part of the mix, but once we've gotten this right, where is it taking us? Where else can shared spectrum strategies apply?
There are a lot of spectrum bands, Carl, that the FCC and Congress will be putting out there on to see if there can be sharing with either public safety users, with the federal government, with the Department of Defense, or even between different kinds of commercial users. And this is going to be playing out in a number of bands above 3 gigahertz for fixed, and there's already testing going on in Idaho in the 1.7 to 1.8 band for mobile. So testing, sharing is here. It's here to stay. The white space database and the geolocation capabilities sets this in motion. If it can work there, it can work anywhere. So it's up to us to make sure that this can happen as we kind of line up and work on the other bands and deal with the various existing incumbent interests that are in play.
Cool. So I'm looking forward to this show. Thank you, guys. Let's go on and talk about the next section in the next session. So hold on one second. We're coming right back.